Hi guys, we didn't quite make it, did we, to finish that last chapter. It seemed like I'd be able to do it in one 15-minute burst, but there you go. So in the previous installment, we were talking about storage. So clearly, glucose as a molecule is quite inefficient to store. So plants store some in starch granules within the cells. We've seen those under microscopes when we've been looking at plant cells and staining them with iodine. If it's got more glucose or more glucose than it needs for its own use and has stored some, then of course it can use that to make other structures. So, cell walls are complex carbohydrates. There's plenty of carbohydrate structures within plants that then store up extra energy. And of course, many plants have tubers and roots that store excess energy for the plant for long periods of time. And as I was talking about before the video ran out, we use fruits for attracting dispersal organisms like birds and fruits in ourselves. We go pop the seeds out somewhere else. And of course, seeds themselves contain energy for the new growing plant when that seed germinates. So plants put a lot of energy into storing energy and find ways of using it. And of course, the same thing happens in animals. That's not going to work. There we go. So animals, of course, take that glucose that is held in plants and has been stored in other animals, and we break it down our digestive systems to glucose and obviously amino acids and fatty acids and things. And we want the glucose that's in that food so we can power our systems. But of course we eat more than we really need, particularly in our Western diets. So we store a lot of that as glycogen, and apparently we store about 300 grams of glycogen on the body, which is about a half a day's worth of energy. And I say about because we're all different sizes and have different metabolisms and things. That's one of the problems of aging. Our metabolism slows and we keep eating the same as we used to when we were younger. And I'm carrying that around my waist. But also the major muscles like the heart and those ones that work hard will have stores of glycogen. And we see that when we dissect hearts. You'll see the fat deposits on the outside of the heart. There's a whole lot of energy stored there for that organ to find when it has high demand. And then, of course, sadly, if we have far too much energy available to us, we store the excess as adipose. And adipose is the last thing we break down, so it's hard to break down fat once it's stored. But fats are more efficient than glycogen. Glycogen is more efficient than glucose, and so we use these store systems to store away energy in a most efficient manner. And of course, most animals don't hibernate, and they'll carry a bit of fat around with them, and they suggest roughly on average about a month's supply, because if you're hibernating you might want 3 or 4 months supply of energy. Now I finished chapter 3, and I can finish this one earlier. I want to stop. So how do I stop this one now? I won't find it. I want that.